Hi y'all, welcome back to Phil and Froggy Knits. Welcome back to you, welcome back to me. My name is Maya and today we are going to start our A Verb for Keeping Warm's winter solstice knitting experience. Let's go! You probably are like, Maya, didn't we see you wearing that last time? Yes, this is the sweater from my last video. It is the Eclair sweater by Karen Fernandez, and it's knit with the Isayur EcoSoft. It's an alpaca cotton yarn. It's got this split little fun woohoo. So that's what I'm wearing. Links will be down below. A couple months ago, I believe it would have been August at the time, I was like, oh, Phil and Froggy Knits needs another advent calendar, let's go. So I started to look, and of course that is like very late in the year to start looking for an advent, especially if you're looking for hand-dyed yarns, because that kind of stuff takes a lot of time and planning, and you know, oopsies. I had kind of resigned to the fact that I would not have an advent this year, or an advent calendar involving yarn. I do have a lot of my Super Glow Advent mini skeins left over. Maybe it was for the better, don't you worry. Then in October, I was on Instagram, and this yarn shop that I'd been to earlier in the year, it's called A Verb for Keeping Warm, which they have a store in Oakland, California. I'll talk a little bit more about that shop and the beauty that comes from it later. I was on Instagram, saw it, went to their website, and it just looked like the perfect little blip of an advent calendar yarn. I'll actually read what the store says about this advent calendar yarn, or as they're calling it, a winter solstice knitting experience. In the description, it says, our solstice experience is similar to what many know as an advent calendar. Towards the beginning of December, you will receive a collection of gifts marked and designed to be opened each day starting on December 15th through the solstice, December 21st. The description goes on to say they envisioned the solstice experience of this year a cushy, soft, warm scarf. So I believe that there is yarn in here to make a beautiful scarf, which I've actually never made a scarf. I've made a shawl and like little Sophie scarves, but not like a proper scarf, which as somebody who knits, it's like that is usually the first project, but I have not yet. I thought this would be a great time to do that. I chose my solstice package. There was a light and dark option. I chose light, and I believe that that is involved in the colorways, so it'll be a little lighter. They also had a deluxe option, which gave you just more yarn, and I was like, you know what? I will just do the regular amount. A scarf sounds great, sounds way more low-key, which I would like to do. Just use this as kind of a meditative daily practice, especially because it is with the theme of the winter solstice, which actually I want to talk a little bit about the winter solstice because I didn't know a lot about it, and I wanted to learn more about this thing that happens twice a year, every year, the winter and the summer solstice. The summer solstice being the longest day, shortest night, winter solstice being the shortest day and the longest night. And it's something that humans have celebrated for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. Actually, a lot of stuff that we do during the holiday season come from older winter solstice traditions. I watched a couple of videos on YouTube about it just because I wanted to learn a little bit and just kind of, you know, reason for the season, as they say. I learned, again, a lot of stuff we do, like a Christmas tree in the house, that comes from winter solstice traditions. I believe it was the time of the Vikings in Nordic countries, and please correct me if I'm wrong. Again, this information just came from that video, but people would decorate trees to ward off bad spirits, I believe, and they would adorn the trees with images of their gods and food and clothing and all that kind of stuff, just things that they loved. And it's just what we do today. Same thing with wreaths. Wreaths were made lit on fire and then rolled down hills to entice the sun to come back again. Winter solstice is usually a time of rebirth and reflection, just because, again, longest night, especially back then, people really relied on agriculture. The sun coming back and longer days and shorter nights really meant life or death. Just really cool to learn about winter solstice and the traditions of people in the past and how we still celebrate and look at those things today. If you guys want to learn more and check that stuff out, again, video links are in the description. They will be much better at explaining that kind of stuff to you than I ever could be. I'm just here for the fiber. I wanted to also give a little preview of what the items in my winter solstice knitting experience box looks like. I put them in this basket because I didn't want to worry about addresses being shown. So here are the packages that came from A Verb for Keeping Warm. And here is the first one, which is December 16th. That's the first one that is labeled with a date. But I do have these other two parcels, packages, parts, presents. Project Palace parcel presents. Say it 5 times fast. And these two are filled with yarn, which I'm assuming is what I should be opening on December 15th. So that's what I will be doing. And then again, subsequently, every package is labeled with a date and I will be opening that afterwards. Very excited for this. Very excited to work on this with you all. Think about traditions, winter solstice traditions, and kind of show you all this beautiful yarn from this amazing shop. I think I'll discuss more about A Verb for Keeping Warm in my first video on December 15th, where I will open up this yarn and just talking about their amazing practices and what they're doing for yarn and fabric and what they're doing for the knitting and fiber community at large with their processes they use. Join me back on December 15th and we will be knitting together again, looking at beautiful fiber, opening little gifts each day until the shortest day and the longest night. Were you all able to get advent calendars? I'd love to see what you all are cooking up with on Instagram. Follow me at Feelin' Froggy Knits and make sure to like this video if you would like to see more of me and subscribe to my channel. Also, if you would like to see more of me. And I'm really looking forward to crafting together this wintry season. I love you all, and I will see you on December 15th. Bye!